Hi, gorgeous lights. Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. Now, 2025's energy has an intensity all of its own, and it's certainly the year of self in terms of potential of self. Now, for a lot of people that have been on the planet for a very long time or incarnated for a very long time, this can throw you into a conundrum because we're just in a release cycle of an illusional energy that's been on the planet for quite a long period of time, which is an accumulation energy. So I'm going to accumulate the boat, the car, the house. I'm going to accumulate, so it's an accumulation energy. We're switching into an experiential energy and an adventures energy. Now, this keys on us deciding to break limiting beliefs, cycles, and patterns that our parents and our grandparents have had, to release all of that, to become aware that we might want something more underneath all of that. And it's not what they wanted was a bad thing, it's just the universal energies are shifting and changing into more conscious awareness about purpose, about what you want to do, about what you came to do, and we're coming into a more soul alignment energy that is directly connected to conscious creativity. Now, conscious creativity means that you need to be working with your inner mind zone, away from fears or limiting beliefs or insecurities, and actually into this beautiful creative energy which is starting to come through. Where you're like, what do I actually truthfully really want? Now, if you've incarnated lots of times before and you've done many, many things before, you will not have seen energy like this, which can also throw you into a conundrum of going, well, I don't know what I want and I don't even know where to start to find that. Now, Spirit is encouraging because the accumulation energy or success driven energy that has been on the planet is very much about pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And I can hear people saying, well, I don't know how to make this next step happen. It's about consciously deciding on the inside of you that you want to change like one tiny habit or one thing that you're doing to step into ownership of creating a new reality. Now, you don't need to know what that looks like. That seems to be the thing that Spirit is a little bit concerned, because if we're going, it has to look like this, when we're still trying to control situations and we're not working with that amazing co-collaborative energy that comes in from the actual universe. So the first thing to actually do is actually look at your mindset, they're telling me. Look at where your habitual behaviours are, where you've just surrendered to going, well, this is just my life. As a conscious creator, which is what you are, you have the power, extreme power, to change things up, to change things, to embrace the new, to put a different game plan in and head towards that, because you are creating your own reality in this new energy. And it's kind of an energy that we haven't really come across to this degree before. So we can talk about manifesting energy, we can talk about energies that we're entitled to access, but we've really got to do the inner work, and that's why it's a potential of self year, because it keys on us recognizing and understanding our own power and our own potential. Now, it's going to cause some interesting dynamics on the planet this year, because we always fight to hold on and we fight to let go. So there's a little bit of a push-pull dynamic that's going to go on about control, when in reality you are in control of your own world. So we do a lot of outer projections on the earth plane. We go, that's happening over there and it's happening to me. But in reality, a lot of our inner world noticing or algorithms of our own self is defined by what we're prepared to look at, what we're prepared to notice. So when we start with ourselves, then we can see radical changes that actually happen in our outer world, because we're actually getting into a creative space of what we actually want to create in our own world. And it's really important to understand the power of that. Think of yourself as like a Google algorithm. What you're going to focus on, that's what you're going to actually see. That's what's going to magnetize towards you, a viewpoint of the way that you actually see the world. So when you start to actually widen or embrace new, or looking at new ideas or new ways of doing things, you start to challenging some of the limiting beliefs that you have as well, and start to come into a more co-collaborative energy. So as I said, there's a lot going on this year. The Earth Plane journey is all about you. You have a soul contract with your own self for the experiences that you're meant to have in this lifetime. And it's all about soul growth. So what we consider on the Earth Plane as really dreadful challenges or really frustrating things, they're designed for us to see how capable we are, how amazing we are at solutions, how incredible that we are in creating something new. Now, we've done on the Earth Plane for a long, long, long period of time, we've done a lot of reactive creativity. So something happens and it challenges us, so we go, right, well, I need to find a solution. The energy that we're stepping into is a creative, really creative, not reactive creative. It is understanding you're a creator being, understanding that the power that you've got, and it's shifting and changing the collective, because underneath it is the experiential learning that comes from living, breathing, having your beautiful life of what you want to create. What do you want to create? And this is where the challenge is starting to lie in this energy, is you may find that you're being confronted. I call it no means land, because we're shifting out of that reality and we're shifting into new reality, but we're still kind of struggling with a little bit of bouncing into that reality and a little bit of bouncing into that reality, rather than anchoring in what we actually need for ourselves that starts the basis of that creative cycle that we're needing to shift into as well. So if you're feeling a little bit out of kilter, or if you're feeling like, oh, I've just lost my mojo, or oh, I'm not too sure what to actually do next, you're not alone. We've got a whole collective sitting in between this timeline. And if you've been a light worker and you've been working on the planet for a very long period of time, helping humanity or trying to lift up humanity, you may find that you've been set on your bottom at the moment, with a health issue or something that's preventing you to actually move forward, so that you can realign yourself and come away from the responsibilities that you've been carrying for a lifetime as well. So this is, and it's about self, so it's going to pull you back to looking after yourself, monitoring yourself and your own well-being. And even though doesn't seem very fair, that may be happening at the moment to help you realign with your new creative purpose or creative consciousness that you're actually here to do for yourself. And it's not selfish, it's just that you're part of a huge collective that is here to lead by example. And we're moving away from the ideology that we need to follow one person, or we need to do this, or we need to do that. We're getting pushed to actually see that we have our own leadership and responsibility, ethics and morals on the inside of us, that says that we want to lead a life that we love. So the souls are starting to really push forward with this alignment. So you'll be knowing what doesn't serve you, or you'll be knowing that, oh, I need to give up that job, or oh, I need to move away from that, or oh, I've had enough of that. But that's all reactive. So now they're wanting you to actually anchor in and go, what do I truthfully want for myself? What have I always promised myself? If I promised myself I was going to become that motorcycle mechanic, then I need to look at doing that. I would promise myself that I'd go to Santorini, or I'd go to on a trip away. Then you need to start anchoring in your creativity that says, I give myself permission to actually head towards some of the things that I would love to dream about and dream into reality, create into reality. Because when you look at it and go, a limiting belief and going, I don't know how I can see that happening, you are actually telling yourself that you're the only person that has control over you, completely forgetting there's a whole universe, and you're a creator being which is perfectly able at actually creating an outside of the square solution that enables you to actually do some things. So there's a lot going on, and it is a push-pull. And if you're feeling tired, completely understandable. This is a new energy into a new alignment, and the body can at times struggle to level up to this next energy. It can also feel like a whole lot of things can be collapsing, and a whole lot of people can be moving out of your vibrational frequency. The universe will do this to make room for your new. So in this potential self, think new, create new, ask for new. Ask the universe to surprise you, because certainly energetically there is room for growth. And if we're embracing growth, then we can realign, readjust, all of those sort of things. If we're fighting growth, then we will try and cling to what we currently have, which we all know in our relationship energy, political energy. None of these things are 100% serving us or the planet right at the moment as well. So it's a push-pull dynamic. We go out to about 2029 to 3033 with this, and it's just a growth cycle. So the planet's been doing it for a very long time. Humanity's been doing it for a very long time. Exactly, the guides have just said, just don't sweat the small stuff. Bring it down to understanding you are a creator. You can create a solution for anything that comes up, and you can deal with anything that comes up because you planned this before you actually got there. So it's an awesome time to be on the planet. You're in a time of a great change, but it starts with you. So bring it back to the actual acknowledgement that your thoughts are creating your reality, and decide what you want to actually create. Take care of you.